Welcome everyone to this special Sunday afternoon of the ANPA financial webinar, um, where we talk about money, financial literacy, opportunity to build and protect and transfer wealth. Yesterday we talked about a different type of real estate investment. Today we're going to be talking about how to rewrite the rules of wealth, building generational wealth, financial freedom beyond the practice. My name is Dr. Stanley Okoro. I am your moderator, and Dr. Adebola Giwa is our co-moderator. Say hello, Dr. Adebola.
Everybody.
All
Thanks for joining us on Sunday.
right.
Appreciate
Awesome.
you being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, but before we jump into that, let's talk about what AMPA really does. Okay. I always check and see if my orgas are here because you have to mention the orgas or they fire you. They haven't joined yet. So AMPA is a 501c organization, represent over 8,000 physicians, dentists, and allied health professionals of Nigeria, birth, descent, and friendship, actually. There are many benefits of joining AMPA. It's more than a professional organization, it's a community that connects Nigerian physicians and healthcare professionals across America. We have definitely many benefits, including professional development. CME next week is the AMPA National Convention. I hope you're joining us. Many leadership opportunity, which we have all seen, grown, teach, mentorship, practice referral, networking, supports in many times of need and joy. Great medical missions. We just came back from Imo State, Nigeria last month, and practice management and education. This is what AMPA does. If you to connect with AMPA, ampa.org is the best place to start. AMPA does have a foundation, which I we're here from an AMPA Foundation. One of the benefits of AMPA Foundation, the three main purpose is to raise funds and create financial independence for AMPA via philanthropy and education and business investment. AMPA Foundation also wants to create sustainable systems of healthcare in Nigeria and beyond. And today is to what we're doing today is to educate AMPA members about personal business investments, tax strategies, estate planning, and multi-generational wealth, legacy, and philanthropy. So I always say that AMPA just makes everything both practice and financial, personal and professional. But this is the AMPA webinar disclaimer. The materials presented at all AMPA webinar is for general education purpose only and is solely the opinion of the presenter. No webinar is intended to provide personalized financial or legal advice. It is left to the discretion and the judgment, and it's your sole responsibility to determine what's necessary for your own practice. Neither the speaker or AMPA can be held responsible for the materials, opinions, or any inadvertent errors or omissions in the preparation and presentation of the material. Further, nothing in the material should be construed as an endorsement by AMPA. This presentation is being brought to you by AMPA and AMPA Foundation. Today, I'm excited to really bring what I call these are my friends. I've known them for a long time, and I'm going to introduce Leslie Awasom. He's the chief operating officer of XSITE. Prior CRNA, I don't know if he still practices or not. So Leslie would introduce the rest of the team for XSITE Capital Investment. I was also want to say XSITE Capital is the major sponsor of AMPA Foundation. So you guys have to understand that they really make AMPA Foundation function. They sponsor all the AMPA Foundation soccer, which is next month, next week actually. So Excite is no stranger to AMPA family, but it's their special for AMPA Foundation because they've been sponsoring us for a long time. So without further ado, I want to welcome Leslie Awasom to kick us off. Thank you, Wesley. Take it from here.
Um, all right, Dr. Okoro. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. Thank you, Dr. Giwa, and thank you ANPA Foundation for having us here on this Sunday evening. We truly appreciate the opportunity. Every opportunity we get to interface with ANPA is a special opportunity for us. XSITE Capital would not be in existence today without ANPA. The name XSITE Capital came from the whole idea when we discovered the private equity asset class that we deal with and realizing that a lot of members of our community, which includes the AMPA community, did not have access. So actually, I remember very well when Tenny and I were having this conversation at Wegmans in Lanham, Maryland, and we were talking about how uh, all these other communities are investing significantly, owning all these apartment complexes in the US. And Tenny at that time used to do financial services. And he had just come from an AMPA convention that was in Maryland. And he was
In
there trying
DC.
to, in DC, right? And he was there trying to talk about life insurance. And we were just like, oh my God, can you imagine the number of Nigerian physicians that don't even know that we have access to this incredible asset class? So, and one of those physicians was like Dr. Julius Oni. And that was the very first person that came to mind. And I was like, oh my God, I got to go back and go share this with Dr. Oni. Because what we have here is something that is so amazing that we could all use to grow wealth as a community. And that's the foundation of who we are. Excite Capital, the name came from that excitement of being able to serve our community, right? So AMPA plays a significant role for who we are. That's why we cherish AMPA. That's why we're always going to support AMPA. That's why we're going to continue to grow with AMPA along the way. So Excite Capital has been in existence since 2019. From that day, we had that conversation, and it's been an incredible journey of growth so far. And it was co-founded by myself, Dr. Julius Oni, who is a CEO, AMPA member, and orthopedic surgeon, and the amazing Tenny Tolofari, our Chief Growth Officer as well. So today, I'm going to pass it over to my partner, my brother, Tenny Tolofari, to lead on and really introduce you guys or reintroduce you or expand your perspective again a little bit more on everything that we do at XSITE Capital. So Tenny, I'm going to let you take it away.
Appreciate it, brother. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well and happy Sunday. Thank you all so much for making the time to have this conversation with us. Again, it's going to be a conversation. Please don't just sit and listen. If you have questions while we go through this conversation, please drop it in the chat. We would love to take any questions. But while I was thinking about coming here and having this conversation, one of the things that came to mind, and I think it's Aliko Dangote that said it. And one of the things he said is, if we don't do it, who's going to do it for us? Right? And when I look at AMPA as an organization, I see that we're doing it. We're doing it from a medical mission. We're doing it from everybody being on this call. We're doing it from what AMPA stands for. We're going to be in Chicago together, having conversation about medicine and how we're helping change the destiny of medicine when it comes to that in our hometown. But when it comes to finances, when it comes to building wealth, why is it that we shy away from it? Why is it that we shy away from coming together to be able to say, okay, if other communities are having economic power, what if we can come together and have an economic power as well? There's sometimes you go to some neighborhood and say, man, this is owned by a group of people. This place is owned by a group of people. When can we start claiming that as a community? So one of the things that XSITE Capital want to do is for us to start thinking about, okay, how can we start? Starting from here, where we all are, I think everybody here is in the US, start owning here in the US. And at some point, try to figure out how we can start owning other part of the world as a group. Dr. Oni always say this: if you go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go far, go with a group of people. And then that's what we've done here at XSITE Capital. And what I'm about to share with you guys is what we have agreed to do together or what we've accomplished together. So you guys are going to be seeing it firsthand because you guys decided to create AMPA and become a member of AMPA. And this is all the missions and all of these things you guys are doing and what you've achieved. There are groups that have decided to come together to build wealth. And today, I'm about to open it up to you all to see what is possible if we decide to work together. For folks that don't know anything about XSITE Capital, like we just mentioned, I'm going to share my screen. If you've never been to our website before, our website is XSITEcapital.com. I don't have a slide to share with you guys. I'm actually going to do something which is way more better than that. I'm actually going to be taking you guys behind the scene for you guys to see some of the things we've done together. Collectively, we came together to achieve a lot of these things I'm about to share. It's not me, Dr. Oni, or Leslie. No, none of that. It's us. A lot of you are going to be proud of what you're about to see right now. A lot of the information I'm going to be sharing is very privileged information. You probably have not seen it anywhere before, but I want you guys to see it so that today, when you leave this conversation today, you're going to say, man, how can I call one more person so that we can come to add to the fire, so that we can continue to grow, so that we can start building economic power. The narrative that everybody have about us, we need to go start changing that. We're changing that in medicine. We're changing that in other aspects of our lives here in the US and globally. How can we start changing that when it comes to building wealth? And guys, I'm about to show you guys how we're beginning to do that. One person at a time, one asset at a time, and one investment at a time. So I'm going to share my screen right now. If you guys can see my screen, please give me thumbs up on the chat. Thumbs up. Beautiful. Now, we've team. Let's go to the team first. Leslie introduced us, Dr. Julius Oni, myself, and Leslie. We created a company, but we did not just create a company to run it and operate it ourselves. Since we started this company now, we've attracted a lot of talents globally. I think right now at XSITE Capital, we have a team of about 26 people. That's this engine that's going to help us own our own piece of wealth creation in this world, starting with America. So this is an amazing team we have here that's helping us move that journey. And what we've acquired so far, we've acquired about $276 million worth of assets, over 1,400 doors, and we've distributed about $10.2 million back to our partners.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Can you see my screen?
I say how much have you distributed to your partners?
Oh, we've about $10.2 million. And Leslie called me the other day and it was like, Tenny, do you know we just saved last year investors about $12 million in taxes? I was like, no way. So a lot of us on this call, we're paying about 40 to 45% in taxes. Guys, can you imagine that one day you're able to keep all that 45% that you make? Because the wealthy, behind the middle class, just weren't paying taxes anymore. We figured out, and I'm going to be, again, everything I'm saying right now, I'm actually going to show you guys how exactly we can start gradually taking some of these things that's available to us. We know that the educational system is available to us here. If we work hard, we'll get success. We know that if we go for the interview, we're going to get a job. We know that we study hard, we're going to pass the exams. We know that if we practice well, we're going to be the best surgeon in the hospital. Guess what? The same thing with these assets, it's available to us, and we are taking advantage of it. And you are going to see exactly how we have come together to be able to do that. So I'm going to log into a portal right now called CoStar. So this is a third-party platform. If you own any kind of real estate in this world, your information is here when it comes to commercial real estate. Your information is in this portal. And I log here, we pay about $25,000 to $30,000 a year to get access to this information. Again, what you're about to see is a privileged information. Now, if you know there's a company called Blackstone, please say yes on the chat. If you know a company called Blackstone, just say yes. Blackstone. If you know Blackstone, just put it in the chat. Say yes real quick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let me show you, let me blow your mind right now. If I click owners right now, guys, the first company you see on the screen that I'm sharing with you right now is called Blackstone. And if you look at Blackstone and what they've been doing, and listen, why everybody's worried about Iran and Strait of Hormuz and all of this war that's going on in the world, guess what? Blackstone is acquiring deals. In the last 24 months, they've acquired $37 billion worth of assets, and they've sold $54 billion. While everybody's screaming and shouting, I'm going to continue to show you some more details. If you go into Blackstone some more, you will see that Blackstone, they have $1.3 trillion worth of assets under management. And they were created in 1985. Guys, when Blackstone was created in 1985, guess how much they raised for their very first deal? $400,000. For context, what we and us have done in the last 13 months We raised a total of $46 million, and we've closed over $100 million worth of deals. Again, I'm not just saying it. Please bring your pen and paper and start, because I'm about to actually show you here where Blackstone is buying deals. So if you look at the properties Blackstone acquire on the map, you see that they are all over the world, right? They are not smarter than us. The two founders of Blackstone, I've listened to his book about 3 or 4 times already. He's no smarter than all of us on this call. But over the last 40 years or 41 years, they've had $1.3 trillion worth of assets they've acquired. When delegation was going to China, Steven Schwarzman was right there with the president. I'm talking about economic power. It's possible for us. We're not just designed to be physicians, engineers, accountants, and we're designed to be that, to do that, and to own as well. And that's what I'm showing you guys right now. So you can see Blackstone, these are the assets on the right they acquired. Multifamily real estate happened to be one of those assets they've acquired recently. This is May 2026. This is a 73-unit property they just acquired. Why did they buy a 73-unit multifamily property? It's just one reason. That one reason is to provide housing for people. A lot of us, you think about investment, you just think about, man, I want to get return on investment, cash on cash, equity multiple and all of that good stuff. But you don't think about the impact that you're creating. Blackstone is buying this 73-unit property right now because of one reason. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, housing happens to be one of those important needs that humans need. And Blackstone is buying that. And the Blackstone provides it. They get 3 things. They get cash flow from the property. That property appreciates in value. And lastly, they get a significant amount of tax benefits. Me and Dr. Oni and Leslie look at this like, if Blackstone is doing it, why can't we do it too? And that's what I'm about to share with you guys today. How exactly we are doing it. So I'm going to go to XSITE Capital. This is Blackstone, good for them. We're coming. So what XSITE Capital has done with our investors, I'm going to start with 13 months ago or 14 months ago now. One of the very first deal we did that was remarkable as a community was this deal. And I'm going to give you guys a little story about this deal. So before, by December of 2022, we did our last deal. That was a $25.4 million deal, December of 2022. After that, me, Dr. Oni, and Leslie set a goal. And we said, the next deal we're going to do is a $50 million deal. We put it out there to the ecosystem, to the world, that we are, and our community of investors, we're going to do a $50 million deal. This was January of 2023. We sent it out. January 1st, I can show you guys a text message of 2023. We sent out that text message. Guys, we did not get this deal under contract until 2024, and we did not close it until 2025. And that's what you're seeing right here. And this property you're seeing, we bought this deal March 5th of 2025. What is the price? $49.1 million. They wanted $50 million, but I know how to negotiate, so I brought it down a little bit. So we bought it for $49.1 million. That I'm not going to give Leslie that credit. I take the credit. We bought this deal $49.1 March 5th, 2025. The day we bought that deal, as you can see, true buyer here is XSITE Capital Investment. The day we bought that deal, we moved from being a small private investor. When I say we, I'm talking about we and our community of investors, to becoming an institutional investor. This is the reason why I blocked Blackstone up in the first place. Because if Blackstone is buying these institutional grade assets and they're providing cash flow for their investors, they're providing appreciation for their investors, and they're paying zero taxes, XSITE Capital and our investors are now being recognized as institutional investors. So now, okay, now what do we do? The question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to come together to go buy more? Or do we want to chill? Or do we want to just focus on what we want to focus on? So the day we closed this deal, we became an institutional investor. Now, we did not just do this because, I'm a handsome guy. I know Leslie. I did not just do it because I'm a handsome guy, Dr. Oni is or Leslie is. We did it because they now believe in the community that we've built. Guys, you see this guy right here? Mike Kemeta? If I do a research of him, again, I show you guys everything. That's why I say it's a highly privileged information, because guess what? His email, his cell phone number, everything is here, guys. You can see everything. There's nothing to hide. Their company is right here. Their office address is right here. You see everything on the screen, okay? So if I pull up my Chemita right now, everybody that's on this call is in for a treat because I'm showing you guys everything. Things that you've not seen before, you're going to see today. My Chemita, you can see here, since 2016, he has done $76 billion worth of real estate. We've not been able to let them understand that we have the community to buy these assets. We went to MLG and Belcanto and told them that XSITE Capital have what it takes to buy this deal. And then the day we close this deal, we became an institutional investor. Now, my Kemet, I want to show you, bring you guys in a little bit closer. You see his cell phone number right here? The answer is 0. We didn't just buy this deal because, like I said, we're a relationship building over the last 7 years. And look at what that relationship looked like. Okay? So you're going to come into my text message right now, and I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Right here. So this is guys' text. This is the cell phone number, right, guys? The reason why I'm showing you guys is because I want to let you guys understand relationship stance is a significant piece of this, right? This is me sending him turkey. Let's please don't get jealous. My turkey for Thanksgiving, and then Christmas gift from him. That's the organization right there. And then his son. This is when we did 100 million. His son got married, and he sent me a picture of him, the son of his wife. That's how he's celebrating it. Guys, this is the kind of relationship that we've built to be able to bring these assets to us. Because me, Leslie, and Dr. Oni cannot buy these assets. Let's say he brings another $100 million deal right now. Community. Last year, the stats came out that shows that was at the ANPA Carolina event at the golf course here. And they said the Nigerian physicians in America made over $40 billion worth of revenue. That's what they brought in. 40 billion with a B. We have the money, but we're not just channeling it to own stuff. A lot of us want to flex, buy a nice car, buy a house. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's start owning stuff too. And that's what I'm showing you guys right now. So gain the recognition of the marketplace. The question now is, are we willing to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to come in front of us? Now, this is asset. After we got this deal done, guess what happened? I got called and they say, Tenny, come to Atlanta. I want to show you something. I got over there. I don't have coffee in my hand, but I have a cup of water. They say, hey, come for a coffee meeting. I went for a coffee meeting, and the deal I'm about to show you right now is over coffee, off market. This project right here, you can see we bought this deal August 4th, 2025, $25.3 million. True buyer, XSITE Capital Investment, buyer type institutional. Again, these are the guys that did the transaction from us. Guys, this was the 30 minutes coffee meeting. So about the access, we have the access. The question is, are we willing to bring the capital to go buy more? After we got this one done, they say, yes, do you want another one? Meanwhile, guys, as I go through this, there's no investment for anybody to invest. We don't have any investment. But I have something to share with you guys later because I have some partners on this call that might have something for you guys to be able to invest in. But XSITE Capital does not have any investment. So if you tell me right now, Tenny, here's $1 million, I want to invest in one of these deals, sorry for you, we don't have a deal. All of these deals I'm showing you right now are just an examples of assets that we have access to acquire. And I'm about to tell you guys the kind of returns you're going to make in these assets, the kind of tax savings you're going to make in these assets, and you can kick back, focus on your job and your kids and charity, if that's what you want to do. I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can take advantage of it, okay? So this deal, we bought this deal, 128 unit deal, brute in 2022. As you can see here, we bought it August 4, 2025. So we got this one done. Our investors are excited. And then the last deal we just did, the most recent project we just did was Park at Arlington. Park at Arlington right here. This one is, if you look at the sales records right here, you see that we bought this deal February 19, 2026 for $33 million. This was just a couple of months ago. True by XSITE Capital Investment. And this particular project is, again, shut down. Investors are not able to invest. But the ones that were able to come in on this deal, what did they get? Well, what are they going to get on these investments? There are 3 things they get. Just 3. Cash flow, appreciation, tax benefits. When we buy these deals, we project between 7% cash flow each year, meaning you invest $100,000, you're looking at $5,000 to $7,000 a year on your money. And that money is distributed to you every quarter. That's the first thing is you get. These are the tangibles. You get cash flow. The second, you get a 45% tax savings, meaning you invest $100,000, you get about $45,000 in tax savings. How you use it is dependent on you and your personal situation. Talk to your CPA or your financial advisor. I'm not one. Okay, I went to school for engineering and IT. I'm not smart enough to be a CPA. So talk to your CPA. They will help guide you on how you can use those tax benefits. But the second tangible thing is you get a 45% tax savings in each of these assets. And then the third is the property over time appreciates in value because we do what's called value add. We come in. We don't just come and sit down on the property. The question we ask ourselves when we're buying these assets is, what can we do on this asset to increase the value? Guys, we are investors. We come in and we buy these deals and we say, what can we do to improve the value of these assets so that when we sell it, we can make profit? And these deals, when we buy it in 5 years, the value of the property actually goes up. For example, I'll show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So for example, this deal right here, this is a deal we went full circle on. It's called the View at St. Andrews. This is a 132 unit property. Guys, if you look at the transaction records here, you see that on buyers, XSITE Capital, we bought this deal for $12.55 million in April of 2021. In December of 2022, we sold it for $17.8 million to the Spain companies. Guys, when we brought this deal in 2021 to our investors, they asked us, what do I get? Guys, it's three things: cash flow, appreciation, and tax benefits. Tenny, how much? I say you get 7% cash flow each year. We're going to hold the deal for 5 years. You're going to get a 40% tax savings. And then at the end, you're going to get a total return of about 18.5%. Except investors were happy. We bought this deal. We bought it. We went to work. Guess what we did? We went and did renovation. We did exterior and interior renovation because people will pay money for value. The more valuable you give to them, the more insignificant the money is. And what we do when we buy this community is we improve it. We improve the lives of the people that live in there, from a security perspective, from a cleanliness perspective, from an upgrade perspective. We do all of that work and we go back to them and say, hey guys, do you mind pay a little bit more in rent? And I'm actually showing you guys right now. I'm going to show you this particular project. After we exited, instead of giving an investors a total return of 18.5%, we give them 29.97, close to 30% annualized return. That's money in the bank plus a 40% tax savings. And how we did it, here you go. We came in, we went to work immediately, we got the deal. As you can see here, we bought this deal April, right here, April of 2021. The average rent was $960. We came in, we started improving the property and increasing rent. When we sold it, the average rent was $1,238. And that's how we made $5.3 million in profit. But I did not do it just by myself. Leslie did not do it by himself. Dr. Oni did not do it by himself. We went to our community of investors and we said, let's go do it together. And we were able to gradually build wealth here. This was our very first exit, and we're super glad our investors did well on this investment. Now, one of our philosophy at XSITE Capital is the growth and abundance mindset, meaning there's enough for everybody. In ANPA of 2022, Leslie, that's when we met Dr. Onkem, right? We met a lady called Dr. Onkem. She's a prominent member of ANPA.
ANPA 2022 in Charlotte. In
Charlotte, North Carolina. We met Dr. Onkem in Charlotte. She sat down with us and said, hey, I see what you guys are doing. I'm interested in learning what you all are doing. I said, beautiful. She said, I want to learn how you guys do it. Can you guys teach me? I said, beautiful. Today, as I speak to you, Dr. Onkem is a strategic partner with us, and I'm about to show you what we've been able to do together. So when I say community, I'm not just talking, I'm actually showing you guys. If you look at this project right here, Grove Park View, and you look at the sales records, I want you guys to pay attention to the second true buyer here. That's not me, that's not Leslie, that's not Dr. Oni, that's Phoenix Capital, the CEO of Onkem. Onkem is the CEO of Phoenix Capital. She's at a point now where she's a strategic partner on our deals. She's buying deals with us. And now she has her own platform where she can stand by herself. Because she sat down, she will listen to one of these conversations and say, hey, how are you guys doing it? Today, Dr. Nkem is equipped to buy any institutional grade asset. Look at our firm right here. Our firm is considered an institutional investor. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. The same approach that we've used to uplift Dr. Nkem. We have an individual called Dr. Kirk Campbell right here, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and Claude Murphy. They are folks, they saw what we're doing. Dr. Campbell first invested in one of our deals a couple of years ago, and later said, hey, listen, I want to build my own shop. To do everything I've just shared with you all, we do not have a deal for you guys to make these returns. I'm slacking. I'm the head of acquisition at XSITE Capital. I'm the one slacking. Please call me out. I'm supposed to have found a deal by now, but we don't have one. But Dr. Campbell and Claude, they have a deal that you can use to grab. Please, it's not get rich quick. It's a slow process for you to start getting cash flow, to start reducing your tax burden, and gradually build wealth while you focus on your kids, focus on your family, focus on your job, focus on charity, or focus whatever you like to do. And you don't have to deal with tenant, termite, toilet, property management company, or none of that. You can now own an asset that produces those things without you dealing with any of the headache. I'm going to stop talking now, and I'll take any questions.
Hey, Tenny, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation, showing us how these work. Do you want Dr. Kirk? Can we see if Dr. Kirk can say something? Kirk Campbell, maybe a testimony. Kirk, are you able to speak?
I am. Hey, thank you so much. Really fantastic presentation,
Who
gentlemen.
are you, Kirk? Tell us what you do.
Absolutely. So I'm Dr. Campbell. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I work at NYU. I'm a sports, surgeon. And for me, I'm a W-2 employee, right? So Julius and I were co-residents. So when they first started XSITE Capital, Julius reached out to me and he said, hey, we're buying a building. It's like, what do you mean you're buying a building? He's like, we're buying a building. If anybody who knows Julius, that's him. He's very excitable. And he walked me through the process. So I've invested in multiple deals with him. And over the years, I've seen how XSITE Capital has grown. More importantly, they've nurtured my personal interests in real estate. They have a phenomenal mentorship program where you have Leslie, Tenny, Julius on speed dial, right? The Vanguardian program is truly outstanding. And, we're in the middle of our second general partnership deal, similar to how Dr. Nkem was able to become a strategic partner. We were a strategic partner on one of their deals because they really do have that abundance mindset. And we're in the middle, of one of our deals in Marietta, Georgia, which is just a classic value add opportunity. Really, really outstanding opportunity, promising about 20% annual rate of return. Anyone who's interested, more than happy to further discuss. Thank you, guys.
I posted the link on the property on the chat. Leslie, do you have anything to add before we go open it to questions and answers as well?
I think Tenny hit the nail on the head because I wanted him to make sure that he highlighted Dr. Nkem because like when we say XSITE Capital is ANPA, it is ANPA for sure. And I'm just so excited to see what the collaboration is going to become. I think we're just beginning because we also had some other incredible ANPA members that have come on board and we're building this. The vision is this, guys. Tenny showed you guys CoStar. Blackstone is buying $37.1 billion of assets in 24 months. There's more than enough for all of us. We cannot do it all on ourselves. So the more XSITE capitals that we have on there, like Dr. Kirk, Dr. Okoro, Dr. Nkem, that we have up there, the more economic power we have and the ability we truly have to control more. We're just scratching the surface. We've done 276 million, but that's nothing in the terms of this kind of assets when you look at the grand scheme of things. When we get to 2, 3, 4, 5 billion, then we truly have the power and the ability to do that. But the most important thing we have to take from this call is we have the capability to do it. We've done it, and there are great opportunities. And the moment we sit in right now is one of the greatest opportunities when it comes to this space. If you're one of our investors and you've gone through this journey with us from the beginning to the end, you know this, right? Because we're sitting in a moment when there's like a significant amount of distress in the market, which creates great opportunities for buyers like Dr. Campbell and Dr. Kim and everybody else that's buying right now. That's why XSITE Capital as well, we're going to be aggressively buying. Please, if you can help me talk from sense into Tenny to find us a deal, I'll really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
I have a question. First of all, there was something that Tenny said about how much money doctors make in this country, Nigerian doctors. And I know I have one of our financial experts here, Enyi Kano. He's always talking about how much taxes doctors pay. How much
It's
taxes.
50%,
So,
50% of that money.
eh,
That's it.
Enyi, can you make a small comment on how much taxes doctors pay in this country? Like
So,
a lot of time, I know that Nigerians like to herd money, but then you put in account, bank account, they pay you like less than 1% interest. When you can be earning, your money can be working for you. But how much taxes we give, donate to the U.S. government? Any?
sure. Well, thank you very much. Let me actually just start, first of all, by giving very high compliment to the XSITE team. I will tell you guys, okay, that this is what success looks like. This group is second to none. They have executed flawlessly. They have focused on this asset class as an imperative for building wealth. I'm going to join everybody here. This is an asset class that is an imperative if you're going to build wealth. Real estate, in whichever form you elect to own real estate assets, passively, actively, all of that stuff. You've got the who here that will save you from doing the how. By partnering with the XSITEs and the Phoenixes and the White Coat Capitals and so on, you will build wealth passively because you're transferring that responsibility to people who are professional. And Kirk, by the way, people who are committed and who are putting in that resource. Now, let me talk about the taxes. So kudos to you guys. Kudos beyond measure.
Thank you.
Let me talk about the tax situation. You know, in order for you to participate in these opportunities, you have to be an accredited investor. Accredited investor means if you're single, you're earning over $200,000 a year. If you practiced medicine 30, 40 years ago, $200,000 was about where you were. Today, they're starting folk at 400,000 plus. What does that mean? If you're single, 200,000 is the threshold for being an accredited investor. If you're married, 300,000 is the threshold income-wise. Then you got $1 million in assets, not including your residence. If you are making $400,000 a year, what you're going to have to do, and you're single, let's start with the single folk, you're going to end up paying, as Tenacious Tenny alluded to, you're going to pay somewhere in the 30, 40% plus, depending on the state that you're in. The imperative that you owe yourself is proactive tax planning, and proactive tax planning includes owning this asset class as a way to stack on tax reduction strategies, my friends. And that's what we're talking about here. You're not only building wealth, you're saving on taxes. And the thing about this is if you properly and proactively plan, the savings you realize will help you build wealth in terms of committing to these asset classes, okay, saving you on taxes, giving you additional money to build even more wealth, compounding. And by the way, they said this, it takes time. My friends, building wealth takes time. But for everybody here, you must own real estate as an asset class. All the other asset classes are fine. You know, individual securities, all those kinds of things, there are strategies out there. But this is an asset class that's an imperative. Look, the wealthiest people own mostly real estate. Okay? The wealthiest banks own real estate. And yes, there's another asset class that they have that, you know, they have more of. But banks, financial institutions own real estate substantially. do what the smart money is doing. And these guys have mastered this and have executed and they've exited. So you've got a track record, my friends. And this is us. They talk about community. We have community here, but we have, more importantly, we have capacity. We have capacity. Okay. ANPA has capacity. It's a matter of making sure that you understand how to engage and build your wealth using this asset class. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to ask Tenny or Leslie this. How does one, there's a question on the chat. How does one get started this?
So one, like Dr. Oni just mentioned, you have to be an accredited investor, based on the requirement he just mentioned. And then two, you just have to look for the right opportunity. For example, Dr. Campbell and Claude, they have a project right now. I don't have a project. And if I had a project, we'll be fighting on this call. Hey, no, come to my investment. Go to Dr. Campbell. But let me tell you guys this. We really, really appreciate the opportunity. First of all, I'm really, really grateful to be in this position. To be able to say, I'm working with Dr. Campbell and Claude and having a relationship with them and helping them look at their deals and making sure that they're doing the right things. They're able to call me and say, hey, it's a blessing to be in that position. So the project they're working on, we've looked at it again, tumble it upside down. Again, flip it again. And it came by from one of my mentors, right? So that's a great project. If you're interested in one of those projects, Dr. Corey put the link on the chat. We are basically behind them. And when I say that, we're not kidding. We're like behind them in the project. They're working on it every single day. They're reaching out to us every single day. We're walking them through everything that they need to do. These projects require teamwork. It's not just Dr. Campbell or Claude. It requires a significant amount of teamwork. Guys, and we have the best minds in the world. And we're all putting together to do that project. So how you get started, that is the first project you can start. If you have any question, you can connect with us directly. You can connect with them directly. Dr. Campbell, Claude, please put your information in the chat. Reach out to them directly and say, hey, I would like to learn more. Learn about it. If it makes sense to you, please by all means invest. But if not, please pass on it. Okay, there's no, you must invest right now. At least now you know. One thing I know for sure, what you've seen, you cannot unsee it. That's facts, right? It's in your mind now. Now, it's for you, do you want to take action? Because multifamily real estate, no matter what happens to the economy, people always need a place to stay. And all we're doing now is just providing housing for people. And once we do that, we're able and I want to, before you go to the next call, I want to show them one more thing, guys. I always show people this because what I'm about to show you is to uncover a significant amount of money that you guys might be thinking that, oh, do I have money in my bank account to go invest? Guys, you don't need money in your bank account to invest in these assets. Do you guys know, this is Google right now. Do you all know, as I speak to you all right now, as you can see on my screen, there is an estimate of $2.1 trillion retirement savings account currently sitting dormant in forgotten or abandoned accounts across the US. 1/3 of that. 1/3 of every account. This represents nearly 1/3 of all workplace retirement accounts, consisting about approximately 31.9 million left behind accounts with an average balance of $66,000. Guys, what does this mean? We all right now, I'm 100% sure on this call, some of us have money somewhere we've forgotten. Meaning, you know that money is there, but you're like, I'll get back to it. Do you know what's happening to that money? It's being killed by inflation by a rate of about 4%. So what is the point of retirement? They tell us, put our money in retirement account, and we'll listen, I will pour it, 7%, 10% every paycheck. Guess what? 2.1 trillion is just sitting there, not doing anything. So you don't necessarily need to go to your bank account and go take that money to go invest. This is what you can do. You can create a self-directed IRA and you can invest in over 90, guys. There's 90 alternative investment options available to you. And what we do is just one of them. You can literally say right now, I want to use my retirement account to invest in vacation rentals. or development land, or platinum, or whatever. What is this? You can use your money without taxes or penalty. You can self-direct your money to any of this asset class to build wealth for yourself and your family, what you're interested in. So you don't necessarily need to have cash in your bank account to invest in these things, because a lot of us already saved the money. We've already worked hard for the money. Put the money to work in an asset class that have the capability of giving you an average of 15 to 18% return. For example, the project Dr. Campbell just mentioned, they're giving an average of 20%. Where are you going to get a 20% return on investment? Where?
Plus tax
And
benefits.
plus tax benefits. So you're not just making money, you're reducing your tax burden as well. So again, there's strength in numbers. All of these things I'm showing you guys are things that we learned. I didn't go to school to learn any of this stuff. I learned it as I see it. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's giving me a headache. When I have an opportunity to share with you guys, I want to share so everybody gets out of here. I'm like, okay, again, you don't even need to invest in XSITE Capital. Go find another. Just put that money to work. All right, I'm going to pause and let's take some more questions.
Thank you. Before we continue, I just want to recognize our president-elect, Dr. Gertie Anyoka. I don't know if she's able to say a few words.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Okoro, and thank you, everyone. This has been very, very informative. I like the passion, and hopefully we can have more of this conversation so that we can get our people into the game. Thank you all.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Dr. Adebola Jua is our co-moderator today.
Yes. Thank you. I wanted to thank the speakers for coming on and talking to us about the great opportunities that you have and letting us know what's out there and available, and also giving those nice inspirational words. And I just wanted to say, one of the reasons we have this platform is because a lot of times physicians don't have the same financial background. They don't teach us a lot. Yeah, education. We're not as financially literate as most groups, other specialties and other professions are. So one of the purposes of this platform is to educate people. So we have people on the whole spectrum in terms of their familiarity with investments, those who are not very aware and those who are very familiar. So I mentioned this just to kind of get back to that question, kind of help flush it out. How does one get started? I know over the last couple of years, I spent a lot of times going through deep rabbit holes about investments and all the different ways to get income. So I guess to also help the people who aren't as well versed in investments, if you could help opine and let people know a little bit more about the profile of when somebody asks, how does one get started? The profile of a typical investment, of a typical investor. I know the investments are of different sizes, so maybe if you could talk a little bit more about maybe how much they normally invest. I know you already talked about cash versus IRA, and then do they normally have an LLC? And then is there a book, podcast, or somebody who you follow so people could learn more about investments in multifamily?
Yeah, just follow me, man. Come on now. Why you want to go follow, man? I'm right here. Just follow
He's the expert.
I'm just kidding.
You can put yourself down on the list, but so people know, so with that, when they're ready to invest, they know, oh, I didn't. So let us know what the profile of a typical.
So on our deals, average investment is 125 grand. The minimum is $100,000, and that can go all the way up to 5 million, right? The specifics of the deal is different. Some deals come in, average investment might go down, some might go up. But for XSITE Capital deal, the average investment is $125,000. Minimum is 100 grand, and that can go up to $5 million. And then when it comes to resources to learn, there's one book. So there are two paths to this. There's active and then there's passive. Passive is, listen, Tenny, this sounds too complicated for me. I don't want to worry about it. I have too much things to I do 60 hours, 70 hours a week. I want to go spend time with my family. I don't want to think about properties. Here's $200,000, make me money, right? That's considered limited partners. And then there are some people that are like, like Dr. Campbell, he was a limited partner on the deal. At some point, he was like, you know what? I'm really interested in learning this. Like, how are you guys doing it? Now he moved from being limited to becoming a general partner. But guess where he started? He was like, let me see how this thing actually work. And then he sat down and watched. So where people can start right now is to tip your toes in. Just, okay, let me just go see how this thing works. And then if you have the interest to become active, you can become the Dr. Campbell, the Dr. Kem, and all of these other guys as well. And then one book I can recommend if you want to be active is called The Wheelbarrow Prophet. That's a book that we a lot of us took and we started. And then another good place is called YouTube. Just start
So,
investing in real estate.
so I'm also dropping a book for passive investors. It's called The Hands Off Investor. This is like a really good book for you guys to read, to understand things from the passive side. Because like Tenny said, one of the most important decisions that you make is the operator that you choose to work with, right? Because it's an investment. Things do really well. And there are moments that things can be challenging as well. Are the operators you're working with, are they going to stick there and push it all the way to the end, right? So that book is really going to help in giving you some more context on all of that. So you choose the right operators, you choose the right market to invest in, and and again, we provide a lot of education as well. Again, I'm saying XSITE Capital will not be in existence without ANPA. So consider our platform yours. Consider us like a place of resource. Any questions you have, if you want to go buy your own deal yourself and you just want to run it by us, please reach out to us. Right, we're here to assist you in this journey. But like we keep insisting, there's more than enough. That this asset is the amount of wealth being created with this asset it's incredible. It's ridiculous. So we all have to be part of the game.
So I just want to give a little testimony. I don't know why Tenny didn't mention my name.
Oh yeah,
With,
you're
with
an
the
investor
fight,
too.
with the
You're an
fight.
investor too.
Anyway, I've been investing with them for about 5 years now. I started dipping my toe in, and now I'm doing some general partner with Kirk and
XSITE.
Claude. So if you need more information, you can also contact me privately as well. I have a hand up. Lajide, you asked, do you put your hands down?
No, no,
Yeah,
my
give.
hands are up. I just
Okay.
want, I heard what you said about Tenny not saying your name. Tenny and Leslie are also my mentors. And they didn't say
Ah,
my name.
I
And,
see.
and actually, all jokes aside, Excite Capital has been amazing to me and my family. I met Tenny like 3 years ago. We partnered with them on some of their properties as general partners. And it's just been amazing. Everything that he has said today is to the T. And people should take this seriously. Excite Capital is here to stay, and they've just been, just like Dr. Kirk said, they will hold your hands. I've done mentorship with them for a year with my wife, and it's just been nothing but amazing. Thanks.
Thank you. They're actually
And,
holding our hands on a deal that we're doing right now. I'm gonna have Amy, um,
kind of raise his hand, yeah.
any kind of make a statement. If you're interested in the deal that Kirk and Claude and I'm just tagging along with them by the experience, the information is on the chat. Any.
Sure, thank you very much. What I wanted to do is highlight something that Tanny said. I was going to bring it up anyway, but he did lead into that. How you do this. One of the best ways to do this, my friends, is using the assets you've already saved, moving those retirement assets into a self-directed IRA. Now, here's the thing. What we typically would do, because these are growth assets, is recommend that you go from the self-directed traditional to a Roth. Because
Absolutely.
and the thing about that is if you properly plan the stuff, you create a taxable event by moving to a Roth. You pay the taxes on the seed.
on the harvest.
Okay, you pay the taxes on the seed, and you can be helped professionally to keep those taxes at a minimum using tax reduction strategies. But then you now invest in growth assets. These growth assets include all these asset classes, particularly in this case, the real estate. I'll tell you, there are a number of billionaires and substantial millionaires that use this strategy. Mitt Romney, who ran for president many years ago, Peter Thiel. I'm talking about guys who essentially went the route of paying the taxes on the seed and built multi-million and billion-dollar empires with the strategy. So keep that in mind. There are steps to this that could be very helpful so that you're paying the least amount of taxes and letting this stuff work for you maximally. So I just wanted to kind of add that because I think it's important. The how in that context of using the self-directed IRA. The self-directed IRA is not a traditional. That's where you can own real estate. You can own real assets. Okay.
Real assets, alternative investments.
Bingo. You can own real assets, alts, also, what we call alternative investment, we call them alts and stuff. But that's where you own these different things that essentially you would not be able to own in your typical plan. And the thing about this is if you're over 55, my friends, and you have these retirement accounts and your companies allow for in-service withdrawals, you can take in-service withdrawals, put them into a self-directed Roth IRA ultimately, and grow these assets that way. It's not going to basically foreclose or disqualify your making contributions to your retirement plans and so on. But if you're over 55, you can do stuff like that. There are many different things you can do as far as that's concerned. So those are the hows. This is an asset class. I can't say this enough, and they've said it.
Thank you. Enyi, I know you're an expert in this. Can you drop your contact information for those who want to know how to move this stuff? I don't think we can do it as doctors. We don't know how to do that. We're not that smart.
Easy to get to me. It's enyikanu.com. It's right there at the top.
Put it on the chart.
It's right there above my head.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna.
So guys, before you go, right? I want to say something before you go, please. I do not believe that any of the information we speak right here is over anybody's head. It's not hard. Guys, I did not go to school for financial services. I did not go to school for real estate. Guys, I did engineering. And then I did IT. Right? My mom and my dad, my brother, my sister, my uncle, none of them did this stuff. If you're a doctor, you're smart enough to figure this thing out. It's not hard. It's just rolling your money from one retirement account to another one. Just find somebody that knows how to do it. They help you do it. You ask question or ask ChatGPT. So I want us to leave here knowing that these things are available to us and we're equipped enough to do it without any limitation. We got this. All right, next.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kurt has a comment.
I was just going to add. I was just going to add a little bit more color to the question about how do you get involved, right? So as I alluded to, about 6-7 years ago, when Julius reached out to me, I started investing as a limited investor. And what I did, I sat back and I learned the business, right? So I learned about what communication should be, learned about how asset management goes about. And more importantly, I asked questions, right? I would call them up. Hey guys, I saw you sent me this investor report. What does it mean, right? And the beauty of investing with the XSITE Capital, they take the time to teach you, right? It's a community. When they say that they have an abundance mindset, they really and truly do mean it, right? It's because of, them, Julius, that's why I'm in the business, right? The thing I love about investing passively is that, every month, every quarter, I get a check that shows my mailbox, right? I made one good decision. I invest in a deal, and then you get mailbox money. Your money is working harder than you are, right? You're really able to unlink your time from your money, right? A lot of us exchange time for money. There's only so much time we have. And all the passive income that you get gives you a lot of optionality, all right? So I strongly encourage everyone to really, go out and learn more about alternative asset investment, right? The XSITE team is truly and, really fantastic group. If you have questions, we're also happy to help as well.
All right. Let's see. I don't see any other questions on the chat. Claude, I've heard your name several times. Do you want to say something before we round up? or do you want to stay passive?
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, thank you, Dr. Okoro. It's really hard to speak after Tenny, Dr. Campbell, and Leslie. I just want to say thank you for all they are doing. It's a great team, and they are bringing a very great opportunity into our community. Few years ago, as a financial professional, I spent my years in corporate finance, but I didn't know nothing about all of this. And when I came across it, I saw it as one of the things that everyone should know about it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And thank God we have people like Tenny, Dr. Julius, Dr. Campbell, Leslie, who brought it to us. The only thing we need to do now is to take advantage. We could do it. Other group are doing it. Other community are doing it. As a community, we have everything it takes to do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tenny, Leslie,
Unless
any other wisdom you want to sprinkle on us?
I'm just gonna say, guys, get ready for the weekend, the soccer game. XSITE Capital, we're ready to play. So everybody come
We
and
didn't get our thing
uh,
yet, though.
it's coming, it's coming.
Okay.
And have the ambulances ready as well. So it's gonna be fun.
All right. I think my co-moderator wants to speak, Dr. Adebola Jiwa.
want to give one quick plug. We were talking about ways to learn. So I actually follow XSide and Phoenix on LinkedIn and their other platforms. So definitely follow them to learn tips. They even have occasional workshops where they talk about how they make the deals. They go into the nuts and bolts and they give inspirational messages and things of that nature. So follow them. And again, I'm glad you mentioned Wheelbarrow Profits. It's really a great book. It goes from that goes over all the nuts and bolts. So it's very comprehensive. So regardless of your education level, that's a great book to have to learn more about passive income. And then lastly, just want to thank you guys again for coming on, talking to us, and your continued support for AMPA. And then everybody here at AMPA, thanks for being here. This is more than just about investments in real estate. It's about investments in your future, your financial future. So thanks for coming
I,
out.
I couldn't have said it any better. This is one of the benefit of AMPA. So if you're an AMPA member, you haven't paid your dues, we're gonna remove you from the live from the Zoom. So, but anyway, we'll see you guys in Chicago next week, and they are sponsoring our soccer game as well. It's a co-ed soccer game, so you can come play with us. We enjoy this. I don't know if anybody else I wants to say anything else before we end, and then look on the chat for all the links that was posted there before we end, because once we end, you won't have any access to the chat anymore. So look at the chat, and again, it's been a pleasure. I've learned a lot from XSITE Capital. I've done a lot of investment funding, started as a LP, and now I'm a GP in some of the deals as well. So I continue to learn. Tenny and Leslie are my mentors. I have to say that. So Julius brought me into this actually, so you know. Yeah.
You got it. So can I just say one more thing before we leave,
Hey, it's
guys?
your show, buddy.
Just one last thing. Just one last thing I'm gonna add before we leave. And that is we got this. You see Blackstone, they ain't got nothing, got nothing on us. We got this. We have access to the marketplace. We have capital. And we have people that are grinding. We do this 24/7, even in our sleep. Nightmare is this thing we're thinking about. And now we're beginning to build other people in our communities that are having the same passion. So let's be the best physician. Let's be the best engineers. Let's be the best doctors, whatever. And guys, let's own our own too, because it's there for us to grab. So we got this. That's what I want to leave you guys with. I'll see you guys in Chicago, and let's continue to grind. Take care, everybody.
Own your future. Own your future. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to see you guys in Chicago.